Welcome back to the daily crypto market update. While this isn't necessarily crypto news, it does affect the crypto markets. And that news is that the tariff, the 50% tariff on the EU has been postponed or delayed by a month, which means that S&P futures are up. Even though Monday was a holiday, it's already up on Tuesday. I expect Tuesday's open to be pretty bullish. Now, you should expect there to be positive news for BTC because of this, right? Right? Well, unfortunately, because Monday was a holiday in the US and Binance.com is not available to US traders yet, their volume is down, which is really weird. But anyway, unfortunately, we're seeing another one of these TBT stop loss hunting alerts on the 30-minute time frame for BTC. The last one that we saw was back over here on Friday, basically 1 a.m., and it preceded a drop of about 4.5%. Now, I don't want to say that this is definitely going to be a pullback from here, and we're going to go down 4.5%. There's no magic number that it falls down per se, but if we see a repeat, that puts Bitcoin down to $105,000. Now, I also want to add the caveat that the TBT stop loss hunting alerts, these don't necessarily mean that the price of Bitcoin is going to go down. 90% of the time, it goes down. But that 10% chance sometimes means that the price of BTC pumps higher. Again, 10% versus 90%, so do with that as you will. The whole purpose of this alert, by the way, is to let us know that there could be some wild upcoming volatility for Bitcoin, which will adversely affect alts due to the multiple factor effect, which I talk about sometimes, which is essentially if Bitcoin falls down 4%, we can expect everything else to fall down to a degree or a multiple of 1.2 times to 2.5, even 3 times that. And we've seen that happen on this last weekend pullback. On Friday, Bitcoin fell down 4.5%, Ethereum fell down 6%, other charts fell down 8 or 12. You get it? So the reason why this alert exists is to let us know that we might want to consider pausing entering new trades, or if we're in profit, to protect profit either by taking a little bit out or putting our stop losses in the profit zone in case there's going to be some wild upcoming volatility. So with this in mind, to frame today's update, we're going to be taking a more cautious approach to everything that's happening and everything I'm going to be sharing with you today. So Ethereum has been struggling to push above the 618. And when I say push, I mean not hold, push, like going up to $3,000 or higher. And unfortunately, on the 4-hour time frame, it has some recent TBO close longs. TBO close longs let us know that the current open position right over here from the TBO open long, which is in profit right now at 40%, it's letting us know that if you haven't taken profit yet, consider taking some out because there's a chance that the bullish trend could be turning bearish soon. This is interesting that these signals are flashing about the same time that we have these other alerts over here on the 30-minute time frame for BTC. Again, you're going to see this popping up a lot in today's daily update. So yes, I know I go by Moon and Papa as a nickname. Doesn't necessarily mean that I'm always going to be super duper bullish. I love being bullish, trust me, but we also need to be realistic as well. So seeing these bearish reversal signals right at the 618 level, knowing that Ethereum hasn't been able to pump up, you might want to consider protecting profit. Now, what does that mean? Well, I'm going to go over here to AllTrading right now, which I believe is the best third-party trading platform. There's a link to actually sign up for it down below where you get a discount. Now, I have this position open for Ethereum against Bitcoin. That's been open for far too long. This thing has been such a pain in the butt. Even though I initially bought back here in February at just about like 0.027 ETH to BTC, I was able to DCA down about 32%. So now I'm actually in the break-even zone. I've sold some already. Let me make this a little bit bigger. So I've already sold some on the initial pump. It went higher and now it's dragging lower. So with the potential of there being another pullback, I really do want to protect this and I don't like how weak it's looking. So what I'm going to do here on AllTrading is I'm going to edit my position and I'm going to slide this guy down and I'm going to add another take profit target. So I'm going to add a target and I'm going to add this and drag it right to the current price. And I really just want to go, yeah, there we go, 4%, sure. And it's going to take out another 25%. So I've already sold You can see down here behind my head. No, you can't. I have to hide my head. Pop. You can see I've already realized 6% profit. I'm going to realize another 4% profit here because I just want to stay in the green. I want to make sure that I'm protecting my portfolio at all costs. And this is what it means. So I'm going to go ahead, place the order, and it's going to sell that position for me. And it's not going to sell everything. It's just going to be selling, there we go, another 25%. So now my realized profit for this position is, drumroll please, now it's about just under 6%, which is pretty fantastic if you think about how terrible and awful this chart has been for such a long time. Now I have other positions in profit as well, including my BTC long, and I'm really considering putting a stop loss here. And you know what? I think I might just do that right now with all of you guys watching because I know what's going to happen after this. I am going to get super busy with other stuff on the day. So I want to find my stop loss. There it is. And I'm just going to put it right up here. And this is what I mean about putting your stop loss into the profit zone. So here's my break-even price. I'm at 3.67%. I don't want to close the position all the way, but I want to make sure that if the position falls against me, that it gets stopped out. Now, full disclosure, this is me interfering with a trend trading strategy. So I'm also feeling a little bit like, about this, but this is one method of doing it. So either modifying your position to take partial profit is a way to protect profit. Another way could be putting your stop loss in the green. And you know, I'm really vexed on this. I'm going to take a little bit more time. Hopefully the market doesn't start dumping during the update, but you get the idea that these are the two options. When I talk about protecting profit, it's either putting your stop loss in the profit zone or taking a little bit more profit out of your open position. And look, my break even is all the way back down here now, which is awesome. All right, let's head back over to TradingView and continue on. Now, interestingly enough, we're seeing some bullish reversal signals here for stablecoin dominance. When we see bullish reversal signals for stablecoin dominance, that means that we are expecting stablecoin dominance to increase in its percentage. But this is actually a bearish thing. Why is a bullish increase bearish? Well, when stablecoin dominance increases, that means that there is an increase in fear. The market has a lot of BTC right now as far as the dominance factor is concerned. 64% of the entire crypto market is Bitcoin. 6.35% is combined between stablecoins USDT and USDC. So if we're expecting Bitcoin to have another bit of a hiccup, we can see the last one, we saw a surge of stablecoin dominance up 4.49%. So we might see another one and actually a push inside of the daily TBO cloud, which really wouldn't be good. Either way, it's most likely going to happen. So because we're seeing complementary signals, not just on Bitcoin, but also on Ethereum, seeing signs of weakness here, seeing signs of weakness here, and also on Bitcoin dominance, seeing a breakout cluster? Okay, wait, what's going on? Now, I know I'm taking a lot of time to explain this stuff, but I really want to help you understand that dominance levels are so important to figure out what could happen next. Just because Bitcoin is dumping does not mean that Bitcoin dominance will fall. Ethereum dominance is so closely tied to the price of Ethereum, it's disgusting. So I really don't pay a lot of attention to this one dominance level, even though it did shoot up from like 7.4% all the way up to 9.15%. But Bitcoin dominance is a different beast altogether. We can have the market dumping. We can have Bitcoin actually falling and Bitcoin dominance surging. What does that mean? Well, it means that as the price of Bitcoin is falling down, we're seeing more and more buyers coming into the picture to scoop up more BTC on the cheap, on the dip. And I still believe, even with a pullback coming for BTC, which is very probable because of our TBT stop loss hunting alert, I think a lot of entities will be trying to scoop up Bitcoin. So this is, in my opinion, another buy the dip opportunity. Now, before I go into all these other charts right here, I do want to make sure that you guys don't miss this. I have courses at thebettertraders.com. The links for all this stuff is in the description and the pinned comment below, as well as a link to sign up for All-Trading. If you're just getting started as a crypto trader, check out 15 Minutes to Financial Freedom. It comes with one-on-one coaching. You get lifetime access to the course. We don't charge you a monthly or yearly fee for upkeep, anything like that. When I have to refilm the course or update the course content, you get updates for free. It comes with automated and active trading strategies. It comes with a 1 month trial of the TBO indicator. There's a lot of stuff in this course and free signals for getting started with bot trading. Then we have our two advanced courses. This is our advanced passive trading course, bot trading course, advanced active trading course. But if you're also like, I really like what you're saying, I have no idea what crypto is, I really don't know what's going on, I don't know heads from tails, Ethereum from Bitcoin, what are you talking about, stable coins, all that stuff, go to masteringassets.com. Our course, the complete, can't speak today, the complete cryptocurrency investor, trust me, I speak way better in the courses, is an introductory course for investors, for people that don't necessarily want to trade, but you want to have enough knowledge and understanding to function and thrive in the crypto sphere, in the world of cryptocurrency, and know where we could see potential tops and bottoms. So this is like a way zoomed out investor approach to cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all those other majors. Okay, so that's the difference there. Now, I want to go back over to the charts to talk about these flags. All these flags mean something here, so I'm going to be talking about all that stuff today. So these light blue flags, there's no white flag on here because even though I love dark mode here on TradingView, the default view is white or light mode. So having a white flag wouldn't really be helpful. So this light blue flag denotes TBO breakouts. So Pendle still has 3 TBO breakouts in a row, which is a very powerful breakout setup. The price is struggling at the 618 right now. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I am expecting Pendle to pump. However, if Bitcoin has the pullback, we could see Pendle also potentially pull back 5%, maybe 7%. We haven't seen it touch the daily TBO fast line right here since back over here. This is the first touch, the 3rd of May. So we have a good first target, which is 4.13, the daily TBO fast line. So if you haven't gotten into Pendle yet, it's a good entry point using the TBO fast line. Hype. This one had a massive pump over the last couple of days. If we have a pullback because of volatility, I don't really expect Hype to fall down 18, 19%. I do think it will continue to push higher because volume is amazing. On balance, volume is incredible. RSI is ridiculous. So if there is a pullback, it will be short-lived, just like this one back on Friday. Maker still has a TBO breakout cluster, but no realization, no materialization of that yet. So I'm a little bit left wondering, okay, when is this going to happen? Is it going to happen? Zcash has 2 confirmed TBO breakouts in a row. If we get a pullback, Zcash will also fall as well, just so you know. Now, a couple of bullish, well, actually, this is the only bullish one, I'm pretty sure. Well, there's like a couple, literally just like 2 or 3. Stop being specific, Aaron. Let's just finish it. So TIA on the 4-hour time frame has 2 recent TBO close shorts. These are opposite of the TBO close longs. So close shorts let us know that the open short position could be coming to an end soon. So the price could be going to the upside. This is a positive signal. Now I know I just shared this news about this TBT stop loss hunting alert signal. So TIA could also just as easily fall down here. So I think it's important as well, just in case things get bad real fast momentarily, we do have a great level of daily support at $2.23, which is from the current price, a fall of about 13%. So just in case we get a fat finger drop, like back over here, like here, like here, man, to get an entry like this before TIA shoots up 50% would be juicy. But we are expecting a short-term reversal. I would look for, honestly, a target of just under $3. That's as high as I would go because it's the 4-hour. Now, going back to the bearish vibes, sorry. A lot of you have been asking, why aren't you sharing Solana? Why aren't you talking about Solana? You should talk about this coin. You should talk about that coin. Guys, I only talk about coins that have something interesting happening, and Solana has been super boring, if not bearish. Look at daily RSI. Nothing's exciting about this chart anymore, unfortunately. And another unfortunate thing, on balance volume crossed down, it crossed below its moving average. Now the white moving average is still moving up higher, similar to what we saw back here in late April, early May. So I'm not saying that it's dead. I'm not saying anything like that, but volume is not very exciting right now for Sol. And on the 4-hour time frame, we're seeing a lot of these TBO closed longs in a very close proximity. So given the fact that we're expecting another pullback for BTC, I think a good target is $169.61. The TBO fast line is a good short-term target for Sol. Bitcoin Cash, similar story, 2 of these TBO close longs. PEPE has 4 of these. printed from Saturday. So a little bit spread out. But PEPE also has this newly printed TBT bearish divergence signal. Note how far PEPE fell on Friday. It fell down just about 11%. How much did Bitcoin fall? Only like 4%. So this is what I mean by the multiple factor effect. So if we're seeing all these bearish vibes here on the 4-hour for PEPE, we're seeing bearish vibes here on the daily, we could see a bigger pullback for PEPE, possibly down here to like 11%, which is 1226. Core, this one is also flashing multiple 3 TBO close longs. Now there is 4-hour support here at about 75 cents or so. If we go to the daily time frame though, yeah, that's about right. And if we see a pullback, yeah, it could be there. We'll see. But unfortunately, Core's strength has not kept up. We've seen it fall down quite a bit. And if we're expecting a pullback on BTC, Core should follow. Kaito, this one has had some really exciting moves, especially from pumping back in early May. It printed a TBT bearish divergence signal on Friday. It's unfortunately printing another one now. Today's candle has just started, so that means that this signal could also disappear before the day's close. So I really don't like sharing these updates as they're in progress because we don't have confirmation. We need to wait until the candle closes to get confirmation. You get what I'm saying? But this is a bearish signal, even though all 3 of these lines are pointing up higher. We just need to pay attention. We could see a pullback to the TBO fast line at 1.79 or $1.80, which from the current price is a fall of about 11% or so, which actually wouldn't be such a bad thing given the chart is bullish. It is. SPX 6900 printed a TBT bearish divergence signal right at this 2 level, which is in a Fibonacci extension level. If you go to the weekly time frame, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So these are targets that I've been watching for SPX. It actually fell down and hit our 25-cent target. It's struggling at the 0.86 level or the 2.0 level. So we're not seeing any TBO close longs yet. And I do think that SPX should continue to do well, but it's also foolish of us to ignore our TBT stop loss hunting alert. You know what I'm saying? Now, a couple of charts to keep an eye on. Not necessarily good or bad, just to keep an eye on it. Quant had a very unusual pump, almost 3 times the normal volume. It also pumped up 10%. I think there's probably news, but I don't care to look it up because it's going to be news in a, not really a strong market right now. So whatever. WIF continues to chug sideways. It hasn't tested or pierced long-term overhead resistance since Friday. I'm still waiting on this to happen. But price action like this is really bad. Just so you know, anytime price action gets really constricted like this, especially a meme coin like WIF, it's not a bullish sign at all. On the 4-hour, we only have 1 TBO close long. We've already seen the price come back up, so we'll see. But I'm looking at this going, I hope it breaks out. I really do. But we'll just have to wait and see. Aptos continues to struggle to move above this level. On the 4-hour, no TBO close longs, but it did pierce resistance yesterday, but that's it. So it's really, really weak. Flare on the 4-hour time frame, this is a very unusual thing to catch. This is a TBO breakdown on the 4-hour. This is the inverse of my super awesome, I love them TBO breakouts. So this is the inverse, which means that we should see a bearish explosive move to the downside. Should see it. So keep an eye on that for Flare. And SmartX, one of my long-term holds that I've been very transparent about in the Better Traders Club, this one had a really nice close of 6.5% yesterday. Volume continues to go higher and higher and remain high over on BitGet, although it is admittedly really low compared to many other exchanges. But I am holding SmartX. We'll see what happens if the market is a pullback, but I do hope that it moves up higher. And again, if you want access to the TBO indicator, you have to join the Better Traders Club. The link for that is in the description below. TBO comes with the trader tier. TBT divergence comes with the pro tier. There's a lot of other stuff that's available to you through the Better Traders. So let's keep an eye out for that TBT stop loss hunting alert. Hopefully we don't have a sudden jolt down for Bitcoin, which will cause a lot of alts to panic as well. But I still think that this is buy the dip territory. I still think it's a good idea to buy the dip right now. So we'll see what happens. And until the next time, you know what to do. Stay awesome and stay in the green. Peace.